if you're a charity and your job is to deal with creating an accommodation structure in an emergency situation, of course, the likelihood is you're not going to devote budget or team to creating a play space. I would argue that you must, because for any child coming out of or even within a trauma situation, they must have that safe space. And that safe space isn't just counseling or isn't just education. It is a place to be naturally childlike. As much as there are organizations who do it, and I won't name any names, there are major ones who provide what they call child-friendly spaces. I tell you what, if I was a child, I wouldn't find it very friendly. A couple of hula hoops and some coloring crayons. If you've got 20 kids and 2 hula hoops, what have you got? Injustice. If we've got 20 kids, we have 30 hula hoops, because if you want to try 2, you can. So I don't think it's valued enough. And I think that our work speaks for itself. Children who haven't spoken for years find their voice within half an hour with us.
What do you think is the long-term cost of a lost childhood? If someone isn't providing to children who haven't had this magic of childhood, who haven't had this escapism of normal childhood activities, if there are many thousands, millions missing out on that, what do you think are the long-term consequences?
On a practical level, you're going to have, very entrenched mental health and personality challenges that are going to go on right into adulthood. You've got 70 and 80-year-olds in Romania, for example, they're still fighting the traumas of the Ceausescu era, and it causes deep, deep entrenched mental health challenges. But on a human level, I just think how we could ever be comfortable with a child not having a favorite game or a favorite song or a memory in their youth that they can look back to and smile about, how we could ever be comfortable and think we're prosperous as a society if that's missing is unfathomable. I'm going to say one thing. I have a therapist that used to work with us, and she said that one of the first things she does when she's working with anyone, whether child or adult, who's gone through trauma in their lives, is they go back until they find a really positive memory. And then they use that memory as a starting point to then rebuild back to where they are now. So what I hope we achieve, but what I think we should all be doing as a world, is imagine a life where you don't find a positive memory to anchor to. That is a tragedy beyond measure. And it's a failure on all of us beyond forgiveness if we can't see that as valuable. Yes, food, yes, shelter, but yes, love, and yes, hope, and yes, positivity.